Everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to make these really cool avant-garde collage photos in Photoshop. So as you can see, these are made out of a lot of different photos, kind of all pieced together. You can do them with multiple subjects like these. You can choose one subject and do a study of that subject and take various pictures from a lot of different angles. You can also just really play around with one photo, like moving around selections to kind of make it grid-like, or you can do these geometric grids. All right, so let's hop over into Photoshop and figure out how this is done. The first thing I'm going to show you are some tips and tricks that allow you to really control where you are placing all of your selections and stuff. So you're going to need your rulers on. Like if you see right here, my rulers are on the top and the side of my page. You can get your rulers to come on by hitting Control or Command R on your keyboard. All right, so I've got my rulers, and what also might be helpful is the grid. So the grid is a pre-measured kind of like grid paper, graphing paper, and it's measured out usually by inches or pixels, whatever you've got your Canvas document set up in. So to get my grid, I'm going to come up here to View. This is another way to turn your rulers on, by the way, is from View and to make sure that this is checked off. But if I want to show my grid, I'll come to Show and Grid. And as you can see, it puts this perfectly measured grid on my image. And you can see down here on the lighter, the more you zoom in, the more there are actually little tiny ones on the inside. So for my settings, I have it set so that each one of these larger squares is 1 inch, and then each one of the ones inside is 1/4 of an inch. This is just helpful whenever you're trying to be specific and targeted whenever you're measuring. Don't worry if you have a different preference. You can always change it in your preferences. Then the next thing I want you to look for is this snap to. For the purposes of this assignment, having your snap to grid turned on or snap to guides turned on is actually going to be super helpful, because when you're dropping down these marquee or polygonal lasso anchor points, you're going to be able to make sure that you're getting exactly at those inch or 1/4 of an inch measurements instead of just kind of willy-nilly. You won't have anything that's off kilter. So make sure your rulers are turned on, make sure that your grid is turned on, and make sure your snap to grid and snap to guides are turned on. All right, so guides. What is a guide? Like, let's say that I wanted to make a very geometric, very equally measured thing. So what I can do is when I'm up here inside of my ruler, if I click and drag down, see that little line? That's going to make a guideline for me. And I have mine set to cyan because it's a lot easier for me to see, but you can go into your preferences and change the color if you need to. So each one of these is 1 inch, like I said. So I want to be really methodical here. I want them to be like a specific distance apart. So personally, I'm going to go every 4 inches, I'm going to drop a guide. And oops, my bad. I didn't get it. I had snapped to. There we go. You want to just click and drag it down to every 4, and it's going to snap to the grid. So when it's snapping to, just a second ago, I had it and it snapped to that 1/4 of an inch instead of the full inch. All right. And there you go. And you can also pull from the side to do this. So I'm going to start like right here-ish, and right there-ish. But this is how you drop these guides. And like I said, the snap to makes it so much faster, so much easier. So once you have a grid on there of your guidelines, the grid for me, the actual grid, not guideline grid, gets super distracting. You're welcome, ADHD. So I'm going to come over here and turn off my grid so that I can just see my image. All right, so now what I'm going to do is use my marquee tool, and I'm going to show you how to really quickly make some selections on here so that you can do something similar to this. Now on this one, they've made selections and then they've transformed them to make the selections smaller. But you could do this without transforming your selections too. All right. So I'm grabbing that rectangular marquee tool. You can hit M on your keyboard, and I'm just going to start grabbing these squares. And because I have snap turned on, see how it just grabs my square exactly. So I'm on my background layer, and once I have that selected, I'm going to hit Control J, Command J on a Mac on my keyboard, and it makes a layer of that. I'm going to hop back over here to my background layer, and I am going to create another one, Control J, and I'm just going to keep doing this until I have the whole area that I want to do this effect on selected in the little grid lines. Now, because I have a lot of things to show you, I'm going to go ahead and hustle, and I'm going to show you like basically what I've got are those 3 sections selected independently. I can now grab my move tool, and like let's say I had that whole grid of 9 selected, you can just start rearranging them, and because you have snap on, it's going to, it's going to snap to the squares. So this is how you can perfectly align things. Poor guy, he's a handsome man, but I've just messed up his face a little bit. All right, so going to go ahead and zoom back out. That is one of the methods. I'm going to select all of those, get rid of those, and I'm going to go ahead and clear my guides. So what if the next project you don't need the guides, you just come up to view, you can go to guides, and you can clear your guides. Okay, boom, they're gone. Now let's say you want to do one of the ones like this, okay? So these require multiple images of the same subject. You can also do the same exact method I'm about to show you if you have multiple images, and that's what I have is multiple images of the same guy, but you can always use multiple images of different people. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one as my base, but I'm going to hop over to this other one. Now, you can use the marquee tool. It's the easiest one for me since the squares tend to be the coolest look for this. So I'm going to grab his ear. Now I'm on the background layer. I'm going to Control or Command J to make a copy of that, and all you have to do is grab that, come up here, drag it up to that tab until it switches over, let go, and then you can get your move tool. And if you want to change the size of your selection, you can Command T, Control T on, oops, you know what I didn't do? I did not hold Shift. All right. And the object of this is to make it kind of hideous. So once you have it transformed where you want it to and moved where you want it to, you just go ahead and hit Enter on your keyboard. You can hop back over here to another image. I love that smile, so I'm going to grab my marquee, grab the smile, Control, Command J. I'm going to grab this, drag it back over here and drop it, and Control T, hold Shift so that we don't stretch it. All right, and that's too big. Yeah, it's just too big. I know I'm just doing, there we go. And anywho, this is the method by which you would create one of those. All right, the last one I wanted to show you real quick was that kind of circle effect, and I know I keep going back and forth. I'm making myself dizzy. This right here, this is probably the simplest one to do, but it's super impactful. I love the way that this looks. So I'm going to come over here to this other fella. Let's play with him for a minute. So all you got to do is grab your circular ellipse marquee, and when you come over here, I'm going to like boop him on the nose. Now if you hold Shift, it makes a perfect circle selection, but if you hold Alt, it's also pinning the center of your selection to where you're clicking, because like if I just click here, like let's say I want to select his face, I can click up here and make my selection. If I hit Shift, see how it automatically goes to a circle, and when I let go, oops, man, this is Haley. When I let go, it's not a perfect circle unless you let go of the trackpad before you, or mouse before you let go of Shift. So there we go. You can still move it around, click inside of the selection and move it around, which that works. But if you hold Alt whenever you're doing this, so I'm holding Shift and Alt or Option on your Mac, then you click and drag, it pins the center of that directly to his face, and I still want to move it anyway. So So when I have this selected, to make that circular effect right there, all you have to do is make a handful of copies of that selection. So Command or Control, J, 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 J. Okay, so I've got these 4 copies. Let's start with the top copy because it's the one that's on top. Control T, and then holding Shift from a corner. Oh, you know what? Let's hold Alt and Shift from a corner, and we'll just smush it down. Then we're going to come to the next layer and Control T, holding Shift and Alt, and just smush it down. Then go to the next layer, and I want to show you something super cool with this, okay? So Control T. I know I'm almost done. I talk so much. Sorry about that. All right, and one more. Control T and Alt and okay. So now we have this really cool effect, right? So you could be done. This is funny. It makes him look like he has a really tall ponytail. Okay. You could be done. But if you get this move tool, this is where, if you had grid lines especially, you can start playing. But I have my guides on. Did you see those pink magenta lines that are popping up? So you can start moving your selections around. Is that it? That's it. Okay. And then I'm going to grab all of these and move them right there so that it's not so, you can spiral them. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. And y'all just look up collage portrait photography on Google, and there are a bunch of different examples. Like, get as creative as you want to get. You are not locked into any of the examples that I have shown you. All right, get to making your collage and let me see your work.